Hi again. What a title, right? Your free natural high. This is something that comes from a flow state. I'm just going to put that out there straight away. And a flow state is something that you might often get into when you are associating with friends. But what I didn't realize before, and something that I learned, was that you can get into a flow state quite easily in general just by talking to strangers. You see, as humans, we're naturally designed to be social creatures. So there's this reward circuitry that kind of kicks into gear when we communicate with each other. What I didn't realise though was how many of these chemicals get pumped out the more we talk to different people. If you're familiar with this channel, then you're already aware that I do these little interviews in the street. Well, basically what's happening when I do this is I get a boost of chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins and all this great other stuff. And when this happens, it flips you into what's known as this flow state. Flow states are this beautiful emotional state where everything, well, it just flows like the title would suggest. You're present, you're in the moment, and you're riding this natural high where your sense of well-being is at its highest. Like I said, you're immersed in the now, and it kind of feels like a superpower because you know that this isn't normal. Like most people are not experiencing this mental state on a regular basis. So why is that? What's happening there? And more importantly, what's in it for you? Well, apart from the feel-good emotions that you get from this, I honestly think more people should be talking to strangers and making conversation with people that they don't know in general, because it's pushing your comfort zone and it's showing you different sides to yourself that you might not even realise are there. And by the way, just so you know, this is coming from a guy that had crippling shyness as a kid. Like I would do everything to not have to talk to strangers when I was growing up. Even just being around like family friends or friends of friends, I would kind of like shut down socially whenever I was put into a situation where I was encouraged to socialize with these people. And because of what I've experienced through doing these little interviews with people and just in general pushing myself to talk to more strangers in life, like even before I started YouTube, I think this is an important lesson to share with other people. Because what I've learned by doing this is that we all have this reservoir of untapped potential, like experiencing this alternate states of consciousness just through the act of talking to people. Like what I've discovered by doing this is that you get this feeling where afterwards you feel like, you know what, if I can conquer this, if I can push myself to talk to people, then what else am I capable of? It gives you permission to go out and conquer other fears or uncomfortable situations that you might know that you should be facing and yet you don't. And when you do this, the neurotransmitters and the hormones that get released, they have the capability to actually change our bodies and minds on a permanent basis. So just the act of being social has taught me that there's this other side to myself. And the reason I think this is important and relevant is because how would that apply to you? Like what is there that you're not doing that could show you a completely different side to yourself too? Like maybe there's things that you see in other people and you think, oh, I wish I was more like that. A big one for me was I would see really confident guys, but the way I would access that level of confidence in the past was always through alcohol. And I hated the fact that I was using a drug to actually create this fake courage, this fake confidence. Like it really annoyed me that I had to use a drug to access that. Yet by pushing myself to talk to strangers, it's taught me that yes, you can be the person that you want to be. It's just about desensitizing to the things that we're afraid of. So the more that you repeat it, the more you desensitize and the less you care. And it's this not caring that brings out the authenticity. And when the authenticity comes to the surface, you become a happier, more fulfilled person that has just this way, way higher confidence than normal people pretty much. So who knows, maybe if I'd never pushed myself to talk to people in the past, maybe I wouldn't have even started YouTube. Maybe I wouldn't have had the amazing relationships that I've had with some amazing girls in the past. Maybe I would still be that shy guy that would cower away from social interactions and conversations. So I want you to know that if that is you, if you are that person that I was in the past, then there's another side of you that's just waiting to be discovered. A side of you that if you put the work in, it'll have you living the life you previously thought was impossible. Honestly, I think most people actually just go through life on autopilot and they don't even really give much thought to pushing themselves to discover other sides to themselves. But one thing that I want to leave you with here is that you never know how long this life is going to last. Life is short and tomorrow is not promised. Write that on a post-it note and stick it to your fridge with your little cheesy fridge magnet. Tomorrow is not promised, because the sooner that you stop caring about what people think and start living your life in a more authentic way, the sooner you will feel happier and more fulfilled. Hope you got something from this. If you did, hit the like button and I'll see you next time. Ciao.